Hello everyone, just give me a sec. There we go. Oh. Well, let's fix that. I decided to kick out all my settings, so. Alright, there we go. That's better. Alright, so yeah, so talking to some of you on chat, there's approximately 6 of a 27-seater class. So yeah, should be pretty interesting. I'm trying to get it to post. Oh, should it just be a link? Just saying. Just saying. So we have two. We have 2 that are ready to go. Alright, yep. So, we have 2. I can give it a couple more minutes if you want, you know, or we can just watch these 2 and hope that everyone else gets in on it. As always, I'll leave it up to the class. You'll go first. Well, you're first in line, so you kind of have 0 choice. Let's see if anyone else is posted up. Nope. Second option. What was? You just want to go ahead and go? You trying to get out of here? I understand. All right. All right. Not a problem. At least you honest. Alright, we'll pause the music. Doesn't matter to me. I'm at work. Oh, okay. Alright, well, let's go ahead and post this in. Hold on. Alright, so there's that. Get you started. Nice and big.
How y'all doing? I hope everybody's safe and healthy during this quarantine. But I'm here to talk about the style of art that I picked that I feel like is the best. And I feel like dreadlocks are the best art style of hair. Yeah, I feel like dreadlocks, like that's why I have them, you know. But I feel like dreadlocks are the best. So before I tell y'all why, I'm gonna get into the origins of dreadlocks. Now, before I start talking about different places that have documentation of people with locks, I want to say that locks are universal. So it's not something for just one culture. It's every culture, not just one culture. Like the Greeks had locks, the Egyptians, the Vikings, the Indians, Philippines, Celtics. So like it's not just for black people, you know. It's all races. So I just wanted to say that. But when you type in where do locks come from, it's gonna say they don't really know. Google don't even know. They say that it's either India or Egypt. And they say that in India is documentation of a deity, a Hindu deity that they praise named Shiva. If you look it up, it's a picture of a got a blue body, and it got a woman face, and it got a man body, and it got long hair. So I don't know, I didn't do no extra research, but I just know like the Indian people and Hindu, they praise this deity that had locks. And then in Egypt, they had locks too, and they had a meaning, like they had a belief behind their locks, and they believed that the people who had the longer locks, like the longer your locks were, the more powerful you were. So yeah, they had that belief. So that's why in Egypt they grow out their hair, and all the kings and stuff had them. And if you look in the artifacts, you can look these pictures up. They're actual artifacts of people with locks back in the day. And even the mummies that they had wrapped up with their locks, and they had the remains of locks found when they found the mummies. So yeah, so they've been around for a real long time, and it's not just for one culture. It's more of a personal thing, personal journey, you know. But I feel like it's two main reasons why dreadlocks are the best style of art, best hairstyle. Two main reasons, right? Now, the first reason I want to talk about is commitment. Now, like, commitment and patience, two reasons in one, right? Commitment and patience. Now, to get locks, it's called lock for a reason. It's locked. It's like you gotta be committed. You gotta be locked in. It's like if you gonna get them, it ain't no turning back. Like, you know. So a lot of people, they feel like I don't want to get locks because I can't do nothing with my hair. But in all reality, when you get locks, you can do a lot of stuff with your hair. So I mean, it's just on the person. But it takes a commitment to actually get your locks, to even start them. Like if you look it up and you look up people with lock journey, they got even something. It's something called the ugly stage, you know. So they feel like when you first get them, they look ugly to society, and that's crazy to me because like, how can society say what a hairstyle should be? Like in the Western society, I feel like they want you to have a more clean look, and nothing is wrong with that, but it's not natural. It's not what nature intended. Nature doesn't have. We weren't made with clippers to cut our hair, you know. So if we didn't have clippers, like we would just grow our hair out. So it's like just go with the nature, you know. So anyway, the commitment to even start them off. That's a big thing. Like when I first started mine, my joints was like this long, literally. and people was looking at me like, man, this boy crazy. Got a crazy looking head. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know what I was gonna do. This before I went to college, so they just like, oh yeah, he ain't about to do nothing, you know? But when you first starting off something, people don't see the vision. And that's what I want to talk about in my second point, the journey, the vision. Like when you first starting off, people not gonna see your vision. You gonna see it, but nobody else is. So you gotta go through that journey alone, and that's what locks help you do. But that's my second point. I'm gonna stay on my first point. Commitment and patience. Now, patience. Locks taught me how to have patience. Like anything that you want in life is not gonna come overnight. So if you want long hair, whatever, if you want nice hair, that's not gonna come overnight. Like if you wanna get a lot of money, whatever you wanna do, that's not gonna come overnight, you know? So it's just teaching you basic things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be patient. Everything gonna come if you just be patient. So like that's crazy how a hairstyle can teach you how to be patient and teach you how to have commitment if you really want something. That's how deep it get. You know? So yeah. So the second point I want to talk about is the journey. Like I mentioned earlier, the journey is just, it's crazy. It's like I could look back on videos and when my hair was like this and I was at a different point in my life, and I feel like the longer your hair get, the better your life should be getting. You know, the longer your hair get, the better your life should be getting because you growing with your hair. So it's like the journey is just crazy. And when you first started off, people not going to see your vision. So that teaches you how to have self-appreciation. Like at the end of the day, if you know you got something good going on, you just got to stay committed and be patient, and eventually it's going to come. Everything that you had your goals set on is going to come to you. But if you don't stay patient and you don't stay committed, it's not going to come. I don't care what it is in life. So you can apply them two things from your hair to anything in life. But so yeah, the journey is just like you grow with your hair. You know, you can go back and look at old videos when your hair was short, and you can see like how long your hair is, and then like the time frame is like how far you came, and it's just crazy. So I feel like if you want a fresh start, or you did something that you don't like when you had your hair or something, and you want to have a fresh start, and you cut your hair off, it's like you a whole different person, you know. But yeah, I just want to come from my personal experience. Like I feel like I can only talk about stuff that I've been through, or I have, like, so I feel like dreadlocks are something that I can speak on because I have them, and I've had them for 3 years. So, and I don't plan on cutting them no time soon. Like going back to being committed, like my mom, she always got locks, took them out, right? Until I got them and kept them in, and I motivated her to keep hers. So now we both got locks, and so it's just like, it's like we in the race to see who hair get longer. But and I went to Jamaica. I got this shirt, and like when I first started off, and I was inspired when I seen all the people with that long hair, that like even though we was in two different places from across the world, we still had something in common. So yeah, that's why I feel like dreadlocks are the best style of art. Y'all be safe. See y'all next semester.
All right. So as for a lot of different presentations that we've seen throughout the semester, a lot of what's happening with yours is the fact that you were just kind of making this. You weren't defending a statement, you were making a statement, right? And what I mean by that is that you didn't give us anything to compare it to, per se. You know, it wasn't that you're like, oh, it's the biggest art form. Dreadlocks is the biggest art form. And you're like, all right. And then you talked about commitment. You talked about, you know, a vision, which you didn't really tell us about, like what the vision had to do. How's that art going to work? You know, and then flipping it on other hairstyles, like, you know, how is it different than people who put in weave or extensions or color their hair? Like, how does it compare, right? And how does it shut it down? That's the big thing. You got to be like, here's why, right? You made your statement, now you got to defend it. So it's like, here's why. So that's the only thing that was missing. I mean, I think that what you did, you know, you're passionate about where you were, where your stance was, how you came from a personal experience with dreads, and you were able to link a lot of personal experiences, which is great. But then you just had to defend it against something else. That's all, right? So all in all, not bad. Just you needed to really defend it a little bit more. Okay? All right. So we're going to close this so it doesn't make loud noise. Okay. Come back here. Still nothing. All right. One more presentation. Oh wait, let me refresh. Nope, still nothing, huh? Okay. Forgot to defend. Yep. All right. Presentation. Here we go. Oh wait, we don't want that. Don't do that. Okay. Yes, you're getting grades. I mean, participation grade, watching you. But, alright, hold on. I'm gonna get rid of me. And
hey guys, today my presentation will be on how marijuana is an art. So for starters, a lot of people really don't like weed or marijuana. They believe that it's like, you know, it shouldn't be around. They don't tolerate it. A lot of people don't want to be around it. And weed can be harmful for you if you use it constantly. If, you know, if you're using it like maybe 3 to 4 times a day and for like years, it can be harmful for you in that way. Even though it does grow from the ground and is, you know, natural, it still can be harmful for you. But it is also used for medical purposes, so it can be good for you as well. Especially if it's used to treat nausea from cancer. It's used to treat seizure disorders. It can also be used to treat muscle spasms. So, I mean, it does have its good and its bad effects on people, especially people who really need it. Marijuana can be really good for you when you're in pain. Marijuana is only legalized in 11 states. California, Illinois, Alaska, Nevada, Colorado, Maine. It's a couple other ones, but I really don't know the rest of them. But you can look that up yourself. But yeah, so marijuana is only legalized in 11 states, but it is also, it can be in other states. The rest of the states, we do have 50 states. It is only legalized in 11, so the rest of them is either decriminalized. Decriminalized means that it won't be as big of a charge if you get caught with it. So if you get caught with weed, you can it used to be like you can get a felony if you're not supposed to have it in that state. But when it is decriminalized, you can probably get community service. Probably have to pay a fine. You know, little stuff like that. It won't be as big. In other states, it can also be, it can also be not legalized there at all. It can be used for medical purposes in that state. That's pretty much it. But yeah, a lot of states really don't tolerate it at all. But I'm pretty sure in the future that most of the states will have it legalized, because it's just the fact that it's a lot. People use it a lot, and a lot of people use it. So it's the fact that you're locking up people for using marijuana, and you know, jails are gonna get overcrowded. Like, that's just little small stuff. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna legalize it in every state. But anyway, weed comes in different shapes. It comes in different sizes. It smells. It can be fruity. It can be stinky. It can stink sometimes. It can be sticky. Sometimes like it'll stick to your hand. It can be dry. It can be very dense. Sometimes the nuggets will be bigger. Sometimes the nuggets will be really small. You know, it's a lot of different combinations of weed, and most of the time, it is different. Like, you know, they call it different. Like, it can be purple. It can be like a darkish brownish color. It can be orange. Most of the time you think of it as being green, but it can be other colors as well. When it does have a lot of color, when it's like purple or anything like that, it is kind of like a stronger feeling or whatever, if you would say. In art, you make decisions on if you want the canvas to be big, if you want the canvas to be small, if you want what color you want to do on the canvas. You know, like, art is about making decisions, about you know, making it your own. With weed, you also make decisions as well. If it's not legalized in your state, you make a decision where you want to smoke it at. Where weed, you also make a decision when you don't use it for medical purposes. If you are going to, you know, roll a blunt or anything like that, you'll choose if you want to use a game leaf, a backwood, a wood. You know, you could choose from different ones. A game leaf, is really easier to roll the weed in. But anyway, you choose which one you want to use. So it's all about decisions. Art is all about decisions. Also, weed is art because, like, if you roll a blunt or anything like that, like, you want it to be perfect. Like, you want it to be your own. Like, the way you roll it is like definitely like an art, because of the way that you do roll it. It depends on what type of leaf that you get. Because if it has a stem in the middle, then you have to decide which part you want to make your mouth part and which side you want to make the end part. Because when it has a stem, then it won't be able to stay down. So you have to decide which side you want for that. Art is also about choices. When you first paint or whatever you're doing, if you're painting a canvas, first you have to decide what you want to be your background paint, or whatever your background in your painting, or whatever you're doing. Just like with weed, it's about choices. Like with the rolling, trying to figure out which side to be a mouth part, which side to be end part, you know, stuff like that. I do actually have an example of weed I would roll, but that's kind of, I don't know, but I would roll to show you guys how it looks, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time for that, and I don't know if that's disrespectful or not. So I'm gonna just show you guys an example. So this is an example of one of the nuggets that I was talking about. As you can see, this is kind of like a brownish color. It's kind of like a brownish greenish color. It is kind of like, kind of fluffy. I don't really know. but this is kind of sticky and it breaks down really good. So yeah, that's an example of one. And you know, this is a smaller one. It can be big, it can be small, you know. It can be different. And also, art is about creativity. Art is about, you know, being different. Your painting or what you do or what you draw is not going to be the same thing as the next person, because, you know, your mindset is different. Like, this is you. Like, this is what you feel. Same thing with rolling a blunt. If you, like, the way you roll, the way you do it is not going to be the same as the next person beside you. The way you know, you cut it or, you know, make it fit, or the way you roll, like it's just going to be different than the next person. The same way how art, you know, is going to be different as the next person. When you roll, it is about your creativity. It's about how you do it. You have to make sure that, you know, it's not too tight. You got to make sure it's not too loose. If it's too tight, you're not going to be able to smoke it for real. If it's too loose, it'll fall apart. You know, you have to make it, you know, just right. The same way in art, you have to make it look just right how you want it to look. The same way with rolling a blunt, you want it to look a certain way, especially if you're around people. Like, when people see it, you're going to want them to be like, okay, this is nice. Okay, they know how to roll. The same way when in art, if you're drawing something, when you show it to somebody, you want them to be like, oh my God, like that is just so nice. Like, they know how to draw. You know, it's like the same thing. Weed and art is a really good comparison. I feel like there's a lot of things that come. So that's the end of my presentation. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope it had enough facts to support the fact that I feel like art is weed is an art. So
are
yeah.
all too brief. Good. Diagnosed with severe epilepsy and cerebral palsy from birth, leaving him with brain damage, he suffered seizures, dozens a day. Now they're nearly all gone, with just a few drops a day of medical marijuana, cannabis oil, mixed into his food.
We saw a difference immediately, and then after a few weeks we didn't see any seizures at all.
Other medicines didn't work, his father says, or worse, caused severe side effects. Levi has now been on medical cannabis for a year and a half. This cannabis oil was developed in northern Israel. The oil is high in CBD, the pharmacological ingredient in cannabis, and low in THC, the psychoactive ingredient, the drug that makes you high. There's little research on the effects of medical cannabis on babies, but Parush has all the results he needs. Levi hasn't had a seizure in months.
It's just kind of when we feel that.
He takes the CBD oil daily and a second oil of THC only when Levi is having a bad day.
When you give Levi a drop of THC, that's the psychoactive ingredient in cannabis. It makes him high.
In the beginning we were pretty anxious about it, I guess. But then we thought, well, what are we seeing? You know what I mean? We're seeing this kid that was before he was in distress, and now he isn't.
At home, Parush and his wife play with Levi and his little sister Geffen. The difference in development is stunning. She is 10 months old, a third Levi's age, and yet she can hold toys and play with her parents and so much more. This, Asaf Parush fears, will always be too much for Levi. Instead, he just hopes one day to hear his son say Dad.
All right, so that one was actually pretty good. Let's there, it's not all in a face. That one was actually pretty good. You know, you were making an argument that weed was an art form, and I think you did plenty of comparisons to paintings and drawings on the similarities of what is already established as an art. Like, this is art. Right? And then going, well, the things that you have to do in art, you have to do over here too. You got to do this and you want that. So I think that you did a pretty good job defending your statement of how, you know, weed and, you know, rolling weed and stuff like that is an art form. So good job. Good job. All right. Still nothing. So, as two people. 2, And we were supposed to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people present today. So I don't know what happened. I know that one person was in the chat going, I'm trying to upload it. We got any update on that? Because otherwise I'm going to say my thank yous, goodbyes, have a good time, and then we'll talk about this quiz thing. Try and figure out why you guys want it. I've been trying to get my video up, but the file just won't work. Where are you trying to upload it to? And then, of course, what does it say? Ooh, that's loud. Alright, throw in something. So, like I said, what is it? You say that it just won't work. What's happening and what is it saying? I was using Perfect Movie, but it will only post the first 30 seconds. Were you trying to edit it or something? Because Perfect Movie sounds like you got to pay for that. Whereas, you know, if you have the video, like I don't know if you were trying to edit it or you had edits or whatnot in it. But if you had a full 10-minute video and it's going, oh, we're only going to give you the first 30 seconds, that means that you have to pay for the full thing. All right, so everyone who's in chat, okay, you listen up. If you're listening, if you're here, listen. Even if you weren't before, now's the time to listen. All right, everyone in chat, I need your full name in chat so I can mark you off today. Very important. You keep saying the file exceeds. That's all I have, and no edits though. Well, if you have the file, okay, so if you have the actual file, just go to YouTube and just upload it. Because if it's just a file, if it's just you sat there and you recorded it, go ahead and just give the file, right? Just upload the file. So we got Angels in. Camp is in. Sarah. Campos is in. Jeremiah Stevens. Yoon Robinson. Taylor. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should still be 4 other people, at least. Depending on when the machine updates. Should be 4 other people. Trust me, you're going to want to put your name in there. If you don't, you're going to miss out. See if someone tries to sneak in. Nope, no one yet. No one yet. Perfect movie. I'm gonna look that up real quick. What is perfect? Perfect movie. There's a movie called Perfect. Video edited. Ah, it's an iPhone thing. It is really easy to use and full-featured video slideshow editing. It's easy, quick, trim, merge, split, flip, blah 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 blah. But yeah, if you just have if it's just the video, right? Like you recorded the video, you shouldn't use this to upload it. Just go to YouTube or Vimeo or Dailymotion. I would say YouTube because everyone kind of has that, and then just upload it. Green. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Come on now. This shouldn't be that hard. If you're in the chat and you're paying attention, put your full name into the chat. Oh, getting more and more and more. Coming in late. People showing up almost an hour late. Nope. Yeah, they're just streaming in now. Any one of you latecomers still need to post something into the discussion board so you can get a grade? Waiting for one person. Miss Robinson's having a bit of an issue. Trying to see if we can get it uploaded before we all split. Goodness. What are you guys gonna do while we're waiting? Just to see if we can get that last video up. She's trying. But what are you guys gonna do? Semester is over. Some people may have classes tomorrow or Friday, but in all essence, semester is over. Summer's about to start. What are you guys gonna do? Work. That sounds like enjoy life. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Even though you're gonna enjoy life, I still hope you stay a little productive, right? One of the worst things you can do is do all this work, right? And then the summer hits and you just drop off and you don't do anything. Because then once it comes time to go back to school, you'll be out of practice and it's hard. Hard. If you can send it to me, I can upload it to my channel. There you go. And be in the house quarantined in Chicago. Not over until June. I don't want to do more volunteer work, but I guess just play Animal Crossing and get money. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that that opportunity with Pharrell went away. You know, that sucks, but yes, the opportunity went away, but it's better than being dead. Working on more art and learning animation. Nice. When do you think the coronavirus will pass? Do you think we'll be back in school? No. No, I don't. I really don't think that we'll be back in the fall. I know that the president has kind of like, oh, well, you know, do what y'all want, but we're going to leave it open to the governor and whatnot to take care of your state. But to be honest, we still don't have a hold on this, like, at all. Like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know how to fight it. Last thing they said is, hey, if you pour bleach on the virus, it'll get rid of it. Right? And you're like, well, yeah, that's kind of what bleach does. But we can't drink bleach, right? You got to think about that. So their only suggestion is to do bleach with 100% alcohol, which will kill the virus and you if you inject it. So don't do that. But I don't know about you, but would you really feel safe if they're like, all right, cool, we're gonna start back up in August, early August, right? And we should be fine. And then you're sitting in a classroom with like 40 people, 30 people who you don't know where they came from. You don't know what they're in contact with. They might not look sick, but they might have it. And so you've been taking care of yourself. You've quarantined, you stayed away, you've ordered everything from Amazon or, you know, DoorDash or whatever. It comes in, you spray it down, you do all the precautions, you're safe, right? And then everyone's like, oh, it's cool, right? We safe. Everything's cool. You go into one class, people look fine, they cough on you, bam, you now have the virus, right? Until we figure out how to contain it, we're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything, which sucks for me, because my summer was completely filled with conventions to make money, right? To really make money as an artist. They've all been canceled. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to go to anyone anyway. You know, when you go to something that has 50,000 to 150,000 people, I mean, that's just a breeding ground, and we have no answer, right? Like, if it breaks down to being something like the flu, fine, right? We have a vaccine for the flu. They hit you with the vaccine before it all kicks off, right? But we can combat the flu. It's like, yeah, you're gonna feel like crap when you get it, but we can take care of you. We have infusions, we have all that. We're gonna take care of you, not a problem. But right now, we don't know how to fight it. Right? We don't have the answers yet. We have no idea how to fight it. And there's too many people taking it too lightly. And so if they're like, hey, we're going to open up campus again, I would feel uncomfortable. I'd feel very, very uncomfortable. To be honest, I think 2020 is going to be a wash. Right? And I think we will be going into a new normal in 2021. But to be honest, you can pretty much kiss 2020 goodbye. That's just me. Long rant, sorry. Don't don't forget Trump supporters having riots to open a yeah, they have riots to open up the government, right? And I get it. People don't have jobs and stuff like that, and it's horrible. But if you're saying that this is a hoax and it's not that bad, why are you out there with masks and gloves on? Either it is that bad or it's not that bad. You can't have it both ways. So, and what's funny, I forgot, I saw a tweet somewhere and it said, this is the first time you will ever see people rioting to go back to work at a job they hate. There's so many people. It's like, I hate work. I hate work. I hate work. Now it's like, well, you don't have to work. Oh my goodness, I should come back to work. I mean, and I get it. It sucks, right? But if you really want to go to work, Aldi's is hiring, grocery stores are hiring, gas stations are hiring. I'm pretty sure they could use some help in some of the medical fields. You know what I mean? You might not be qualified to do much, but you can answer phones, triage people and stuff like that. Not triage, but like get them in and all that stuff. If you really want to work, get on the front line. It's just, to be honest, it's just where we are. No, there's not cures for viruses. Well, there you go. But we have vaccines, right? So yeah, there's no cure, but if you have something to combat it, and that's what we just don't have, besides bleach, which I don't know about you, but I'm not getting a shot of bleach. Mr. Lee, you kind of late too, aren't you? We should get more money from the government. Yes, I do. That one shot was stupid, right? And it wasn't even enough to really help anyone. Like if you were single and by yourself, you could use that money and like ration it and it'd be enough, right? But I'm a family of 8. You know what I mean? It's like, pfft, this is nothing. But the problem is that if they use that $1 billion worth of a bailout and actually helped out the people, because the economy is hurt. Is the economy really hurting? Yes, but people are still eating out because they can't get food anywhere else, right? They're still buying stuff. I mean, you go to Walmart, it's packed. You go anywhere, it's packed, right? And there people are buying stuff, and like the home and garden sections are always packed. So people are making money during this. But the thing is that they're talking about, the economy, and then they gave out this bailout and it went to all these big companies. Like Walmart doesn't need a bailout. Lowe's doesn't need a bailout. They don't need a bailout. They're still open. But here, Exxon, the car companies and all that stuff, there's no reason for that. They shouldn't have anything. Period. They shouldn't. It should go to the people. Let the people handle it, right? They'll go and buy stuff. Don't worry, they'll buy stuff. It's all going to go right back into the government. But, to be honest, May should have another check. In Germany, they pay every month, right? They're paying out every month. I forgot how much. I think is it Sweden or something like it? It might have been Germany. They're doing 80% of what you were making. The government will then pay that to you every month. I'm like, Canada's doing better. Everyone's doing better at this situation than we are. All right. And what's going to be bad is they're like, oh, we're worried about the economy. It's like, well, how do you think the economy is going to do when people are like, well, I just got foreclosed on my house. The landlord kicked me out because I can't pay rent, and now everyone's begging for unemployment and all that stuff. I mean, America has become so reactionary that it's a problem. It's a problem. So, enjoy this class in person and online. I'm gonna miss everybody. Yeah, I have to say I love base guard appreciation class, and you guys have been fantastic. Been really good. Thank you guys. Thanks for making this class a great enjoyment to have and to teach. There are no cure for us. Do you think we could get more money? I think so. I mean, I think we could get more money. I think so. But it's not going to happen anytime fast. I think, the Trump administration right now is patting themselves on the back. And they're just like, yay! You know, we helped, but they didn't really help anybody. I mean, they helped themselves. They helped all the rich people, in fact. So, yes, I'm doing a final right now on here. All right, so Ms. Robinson, are you still there? Are you still with us? We got any update? Like, what's the word? Anything? Okay. I work at Walmart. They doing some. Okay. I mean, in some of the businesses, they're trying to help out, you know? Like, a lot of companies started raising how much money they're giving out. You know, so if you were like $10, they now bumped you up $2-3 extra or something like that. Not everyone. I know Aldi's did. And I heard about a couple other places that are doing it, so... Can you recap on what you're going to do for the maybe assignment quiz? My computer is glitching. I'm not going to do anything. But here's... So since I haven't heard from... We're not hearing back from Ms. Robinson, I guess we're pretty much at the end. So here's what's going to happen. Alright? All the people who are in chat, all the people who were talking, all the people who did what they were supposed to by giving me their name. What I'm going to do for you... What I'm going to do for you is give you 5 quizzes at 100%. Okay? So you're going to see something that says final class on your grades, right? It's going to say final class, and it'll be out of 500 points. Everyone who was here for the last day, decided to chat, did their things, you're going to get 500 points. Okay? Does that sound good? Sound like something you guys can handle? Now, some of y'all strolled in late, and you got some weird handles, so if you didn't put your name in the chat, you're going to want to do that. Just saying. Right? So if you're like, I didn't put my name in the chat, do it now. Or forever hold your peace and then wonder why you got a 0 on a free 500 point assignment. Of course, like I said, I'm not here to fail you. I'm not. Right? Hope you get something out of it. Hope you learned something. Started thinking a little bit differently, you know. Just I hope that you got something out of this class, right? And there's no need to make you take it again. Unless, of course, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything? What chat? The chat that you're in right now. Mr. Lee. You know, the one that you just wrote, what chat? That chat. Luckily for you, your username is your name. That makes it easy. Yeah, yes, you are. Oh man. When's the final grade due for NSU? The 5th. I plan on having it done this weekend, so you'll know before the grades are actually due. So just, like I said, just one last time, because I'm going back through the chat to look. I'm going to do call one last time. If you did not put your full name into chat, and you have some crazy name, or if you don't have some crazy name and you didn't do this before, put your name into the chat so that I can write it down and I can give you credit. Okay? The last time I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to let everybody go. Okay? If you were part of class and you were speaking in the chat, put your name, your full name in chat so you can get credit for today. Being a face covering. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, though. There's some states that are doing that. They're like, anytime you leave the house, you know, except for like your own house. Like if you go into the backyard, that's on you. But if you go anywhere where there's other people, you have to. You know, it's like you have to. There's just no way around it. But in here, there's like I said, there's so many people who just, they don't take it serious. They're just like, whatever. Or they're in a good bill of health and they're like, I'm fine. I feel fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with me. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's good. Around like it's a regular day, talking to people, rolling up on people. I'm like, they do it, you know, when I have to go pick up groceries or something like that, and it's just like, can you get off me, please? You need to back up. I mean, when I wear mine, but I'm scared about the government opening up states because other countries have said if you open up early, the virus will hit you worse. And yeah, here's the problem. So we already know that Florida opened up. And I was just told by a friend of mine that Georgia is opening up. And so Florida has been open for at least a week. And then Georgia is supposed to open up this week. So those are the ones that I heard about. So, and I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 other states were like, oh yeah, we good. Right? So it's going to hit us pretty bad. So... my computer have been dead. Live don't show on the website. I intend had to download the app. What? What do you mean it doesn't show on the website? That's where I went. I always click to make sure. But it's all good. Put your name in chat. Get credit for today. And there's one other person who I've been trying to help out. Doesn't want to, you know, put the name in the chat, so I'm going to call him out. The Metallic Ghost. The Metallic Ghost, if you are still in chat. The Metallic Ghost. Put your name into the chat. And then It's Mo Life. Put your name in the chat. I'm in the class. Okay. It's like, that's cool. Just wanted to make sure. Got too many people. This class is huge. Well, great. Then the only person we're waiting on is Mo. Do we have to comment for today's presentation? Nope. On my phone. My dad is using the main computer. Put your name in chat, Mo. Mo Life, put your name in chat. There we go. Alright, so we just watched the other presentations on our own time. What other presentations? We watched the 2 presentations. Oh yeah, you came in late. Yeah, you can watch it. But you know, you should watch it and comment just because they worked hard, but there's not going to be a quiz or anything. You know? This was it. We were supposed to all get together and watch it. So, that's on you. Today's participation came from the chat. Like, that's where we're at. Came from the chat. Not trying to wait on you guys to decide when to do it, to where I have to wait until the last minute. Today, it was like today's stuff is done. Right? If you were in chat, you put your name in chat, you got credit. Okay? You should. We had some interesting ones. Not many, but we had some. So. Alright then. Does anyone have any parting words? Last things to say? Before we end today, I'm going to reload one more time. Oh! Nope. Unless there's something extra here. What's here? Nope. Okay. I was hopeful. I thought maybe it was loaded somewhere else. But nope. Alright, so like I said, do we have any parting words? Any big statements? Anything like that? Hasta luego. Stay blessed, y'all. It's a good one. But like I said, I want to say thank you guys for definitely keeping the class lively, interesting, entertaining, and thought-provoking. It's been a blessing to have you guys in class. I had a great time. I hope you did learn something. I hope that, you know, this class has opened your eyes to a little something, you know, maybe you'll start thinking about things just a little bit differently, especially art and how it should be considered. Okay? So, once again, thank you guys so very much. Let's see, read some of the chat real quick. I enjoyed. All of you guys, stay safe. Don't get the Rona. Y'all be safe. Look some ways to build the immune system. Black seed oil, sea moss, chlorophyll. Really good supplements to take. Learned a lot. This last was a nice cool down to my day, and I definitely think different because of it. Nice meeting y'all. All right. So, thank you guys. Reload one more time just in case somebody snuck in. Nope. All right. Thank you guys so very much. Have a blessed day. And remember, stay healthy, stay safe, stay productive, and go out there and be someone who changes the world. All right? You have the power to do that. I firmly believe in you. I hope to see you guys in the fall, but let's be honest, I'll see you guys in 2021. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Take care.